I see that's crazy, but I can buy it. I mean, it's all right with me. I got wrapped up in the movie, but you didn't like the movie, so it's just a matter of personal taste. That's all. I mean, I'm not faulting you for liking Doomsday.
I'm just saying.
Please enjoy. I'll come in and I will tuck you in before you go to bed and let you watch it.
Sure.
And,
Now let's get to email before you start talking about tucking me into bed.
Fluff the pillows for you.
Yeah, you know that's a euphemism, right?
Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, let's see here.
And now we've got dead air. Because
No, because I'm looking at this email here because I picked up one specifically for you.
Okay, pick it up for me.
And what I did was I went back and copied and pasted a bunch of emails.
And you always forget to paste who it's from.
No, I did that this week.
You did that this week?
I did this week for everyone. And let me find the one I wanted to give to you. Okay, here it is. This one is from Jay, as a matter of fact. And Jay says, with Fox Studios fucking up so bad, do you think that James Cameron's Avatar will possibly make up for all the recent failures?
I don't think anything could make up for all their recent failures.
Well, do you think that, I guess what he's saying is they've had a recent string of flops, mediocre films. Do you think that this one will be a huge success for them?
Well, sure, but that's because that was part of Cameron's deal, was Fox doesn't get to fuck with them. When you're the director of Titanic and made the highest grossing film of all time, they don't ask you questions. And the thing is this is James Cameron's first feature film that is, completely fictional. His first feature fictional film since Titanic. So he's got all that currency still in the bank from, that movie that he can go ahead and do whatever he wants. If he fucks this up, that's when people are going to meddle with him in the next one. But no, I don't think Fox's history of cocking up really great movies is going to play at all into this movie because he's got carte blanche this time.
And every studio goes through slumps, man. I mean, 20th Century Fox will go through theirs and they'll be back.
Well, yeah, but their slump is always about who's on top. Yeah. Every time that changes up, it goes into a
nothing lasts forever. Period. I mean, in a business, nobody has a complete winning streak, especially when you go on for years and years. So at some point,
DreamWorks pretty much did.
What's that? Did they? Yeah,
DreamWorks pretty much.
Yeah, and a lot of.
I'm really happy to see that they're separating. I mean, well, I'm kind of disappointed.
Oh, separating from Paramount? Is that
from Paramount?
Yeah,
because they had a great deal. They had a great deal going with them, and they were making some good stuff. But I mean, when they really kind of dissolved, that was kind of a black point because.
And I have no point of and I have no point of reference right now. I mean, I'm sure Warner Brothers has gone through a great slump, and then years later they
all have. But the thing is since we are film commentators, and since the one studio that's going through a real bad slump right now is Fox, they're the ones that I'm talking about.
Well, look at like New Line. New Line was on top of the world with the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and now they're going under. From what I hear, they're going to be bought by somebody.
No. New Line was owned by Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers decided to dissolve them and absorb them because really it was one of those things where. Eventually someone said, really, why are we operating two different film companies under the same branch? I mean, everybody knows New Line's owned by Warner Brothers. Why do we have this separate film company?
Yeah, and they had a big falling out about something. A lot of employees some big falling out with the Sex and the City premiere party that they did. And that was one of the things where a lot of employees were at New Line. They got hired to promote Sex and the City movie, and they're like, fuck it, we're getting fired anyway, so we don't get
that was one of those things where they're like, you know what, we're not going to be around next month anyway.
In fact,
that was kind of funny. I know the head of New Line marketing, Gordon Patterson. The guy is awesome. I mean, the guy is just a cool dude. He's a movie lover. He comes to Austin all the time, and he would only come to Austin.
I had lunch last week.
No. You know what? But I have eaten with. No, he's really one of those. He's just this cool movie loving guy, and I love seeing him at things. And he was big into coming down and putting on these big, extravagant geek shows here in Austin, and just having a good time with it. I remember he brought us down this movie, and he's like, "Look, we've got this movie. We're really proud of it, but it's not on anyone's radar. We're wondering if you guys could take a look at it so we could get your opinion on it." And we go in, and it's Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. And we laugh our asses off. We're like, this is incredible. And that night, he had tracked down and found the one place here in Austin that serves sliders in the middle of the night. We all drove out and had sliders together on New Line and just, talked about the movie and ate sliders, which are, of course, the burgers in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. And he's just a great guy. He's brought down a lot of fun films.
Well, give him this dollar since he's losing his job.
But anyhow, no. He thought he was losing his job, so he threw this killer event here in Austin, which was a bottomless party for Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, or Harold and Kumar Go to Guantanamo Bay, where you go to the movie Bottomless. And
I thought they meant like they had bottomless servings of White Castle burgers. I was like, shit, you're gonna be shitting all day the next day eating that.
No, they actually had that. They had their special screening they had down here. They built a fake White Castle and showed the movie out in the middle of a field. But no, so they had a bottomless screening where you came not wearing any pants or underwear to Harold and Kumar Go to Guantanamo Bay.
Fuck, now who did that? Who the fuck went out there wearing no pants?
A lot of people, especially the local nudists, because the Alamo Drafthouse has started throwing occasional nude screening. Hell no, I didn't. Nobody wants to see my tackle.
I do. I don't buy this. I don't buy this at all.
I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you the truth here. Telling you a true story. We had that here, and he was like, and someone was like, Gordon, why are you, you're actually getting behind this? He's like, dude, I'm getting fired in a month. What do I care? And then the person goes, oh, well, I was just reading that they were saying that they were thinking about keeping on the marketing division. And he's like, wait, what? You read that in the paper? So he's like, oh, maybe I should think about that.
Wait a minute. You mean tell me they had a bottomless party and this didn't make any news, didn't break any laws or anything?
In Austin?
I mean, come on. Even Austin has zoning laws for that kind of shit.
No. Austin has very specific laws on nudity. We are allowed to walk around nude if we want to. That's what happened with the Mardi Gras shit a few years back, where the cops came out and said, you know what, we're going to arrest people for flashing because it caused problems last year when our cops got out of control and started beating people. And then a bunch of women showed up topless and said, arrest us. Right here in the laws, it says we are allowed to be, naked within the Austin city limits, and you can't arrest people for something that's normally legal.
Well, let me ask you something. Can I go to 7-Eleven naked right down the street then? Yeah.
They can deny you entry, and because of various health violations, they can actually keep you out if they want to.
Well, what if I decide to just walk down the street tomorrow?
Legally, you're allowed to. They can't arrest you.
What if I want to go just pump some gas and have my asshole hanging out and everything?
Legally, here in Austin, you're allowed to do that.
I'm doing that tomorrow then. Shit,
nobody wants to see your ass except maybe gay men.
Hey,
I'd do it down by Rain on 4th, dude. Hey, you'd be very popular.
That's somebody. Gay men are people too.
It's raining, Corey.
I'll take a compliment where I can get it.
That's right. You'll take whatever ass you can get.
Exactly. Shit, I'm gonna walk.
No, but they apparently did a bottomless screening.
Tomorrow, I'm going.
I was told they went through with it. I was not there, so I cannot verify who was
I just didn't hear anything about this. I'm sure this would have made the news or something. Fuck it. It don't even matter. I'm going rollerblading tomorrow with my junk hanging all out, flapping in the wind. I wish somebody had told me this earlier.
But.
Oh, shit. What are you talking about? I can fucking tug a car with that shit. But that's neither here nor there.
Have you not ever been to Hippie Hollow?
Thing is, I don't want to go to Hippie Hollow.
Do you know what Hippie Hollow is?
Yeah, everybody knows what Hippie Hollow is.
No, you say everybody. The people who are listening don't know what Hippie Hollow is.
You tell them. I know what Hippie Hollow is. That's the nudist, not colony, but the nudist camp here, the nudist
nude beach
park. Yeah.
We actually have a nude beach here in Austin. Austin, hardest drinking city in America, by the way.
You know what? I tell you
that we were just named the hardest drinking city in America, and one of my friends go, "Did you know that? Do you realize we're the hardest drinking city?"
I saw it in the news.
And I was like. You do realize that I have a weekly show called A Couple of Cold Ones, right? Where I sit around and get paid to drink and shoot the shit.
I tell you what, I have a story, a real quick story about Hippie Hollow. I had a friend who I want to say his last name, but his first name was Ruben, and Ruben Ruben was
I love Ruben's story.
Ruben was a park ranger. And one of the places that he was in was Hippie Hollow. Now, apparently Hippie Hollow, they don't have a problem with heterosexual sex too much going on, but every now and then you get gay men going at it. And if you catch them, I think you have to kick them out or escort them out or something. So they caught one guy giving oral sex to another guy. And they went and broke those guys up. And
hey, break
exactly,
it up.
There's
two people I don't want.
Yeah, exactly. That's a tough job. So they're going to break them up. And Ruben is escorting the guy out who was doing the giving, who was on his knees doing the oral sex. And so he's walking out.
The fellator.
Giving the fellatio. And so he's walking out, and the guy overheats and kind of starts passing out and whatnot. And he calls it in. He's like, Jesus, this guy is fucking, he's passing out. He's stroking
choking.
or something. And yeah, and so this other park ranger came over and he's like, fuck man, he's not breathing. So he gives him mouth to mouth. And Ruben is like, he said, man, I wanted to tell him, but by that point, what am I going to do? The guy's dying.
You don't tell him. You wait until after. You're like, you know what I broke him up for? You know I was escorting him
Well, that's
out?
what he was talking about. He's like, after it was done, he wrote a report, and I just let him fill in there that what happened, what he saw happened. I didn't say that what he was doing beforehand, what was occurring. So he's like, yeah, he never knew the guy was like sucking on a penis before then. So, but anyway, I thought
awesome.
that, yeah, no, I was, and something tells me that Ruben was the one that was giving the mouth to mouth, and he just changed it to another guy.
So this other ranger comes up, and yeah,
exactly right, Ruben. Sure. Okay, here's an email that I'm curious to know what you think about, and I'll give my opinion on this full force. He says, this is from Tom Rizzo, and Tom Rizzo says, what's your opinion on a fifth Lethal Weapon? There have been rumors buzzing around that the entire cast, as well as golden oldie Richard Donner, is returning. After that last Lethal Weapon movie, which I thought was horrible, I would rather not see another one, but who knows? They can do anything and make it good if they do it right. If they do it right, fine. I'm not going to stop them from doing it if they decide to, no. So if it's out there and it's great, fine. But would I like to see one done again? No. I mean, what did you think about that last one? I thought that last movie was horrible.
No, it was, well, the last one was bad, and really the problem was Jet Li.
They didn't use him.
No. The problem was Jet Li. The problem was the character that Jet Li played and the character of Uncle Benny was the same character in the script, but they brought Jet Li over and he couldn't speak any English at the time. And so they're like, he's like, I'm not going to do these lines in English. And so they went and wrote in the character of Uncle Benny and had these two separate characters because they really wanted to use Jet Li because, well, Jet Li is fucking awesome. And everybody knows that now. Hell, I remember the first time I saw the trailer. I was in a theater. I saw the trailer for Lethal Weapon 4 and it's like, Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, Rene Russo, Chris Rock, and Jet Li. And I go, hell yeah, Jet Li. And then some redneck from the front goes, who the hell is Jet Li? I was like, you'll find out soon enough, asshole. And sure enough, now we say Jet Li. And everyone's like, oh. And I know that redneck's like, dude, I love the Jet Li. That guy's awesome. But no, dude, you know what this is all about? This is all about Rambo. And it's all about Rocky. And it's all about the fact that the big things from the 80s are back again, and they're trying all this stuff. And we're going to be inundated with a bunch of sequels that maybe we need, maybe we don't.
Yeah, and well, let me just put it this way. That's a good way of putting it. We don't need it, I think, in my opinion. We don't.
Dude, Rambo and Rocky were some of those things. I mean, that was something that so worked because those of us that grew up so loved Stallone, and Stallone really had kind of fallen, and it was great to see him come back and put punctuation at the end of these characters.
Yeah, and they're even talking about doing another Rocky.
And,
I mean, not Rocky, but they're talking about doing another Rambo.
They're talking about doing another Rambo.
And that would ruin it.
What they're talking about isn't so bad. We'll see how it works out. They're essentially talking about remaking Mr. Majestic in a way. So we'll see what happens. You totally derailed me by going back to that. No, we don't need another Murtaugh Riggs. It wouldn't be bad if they got a good movie for it, but the problem is they're going to want to bring back everyone, and that means Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
And Joe Pesci was a character that never should have gone past the second. He never should have been in the third. He certainly never should have been in the fourth. This Lethal Weapon just kept getting burdened by the fact that they refused to leave great characters in past movies.
Well, that and they just tried to. You're right. They put them all in one movie, and they even ended the fourth movie by saying, we're all family. After all this violence and everything, they have this cute moment. Yeah. And it's because they got all these characters together. You're right. We don't need it. Here's a question that you probably would be surprised of my answer for.
Are you gay?
Yes. Everybody knows that. What are you talking about? That's a given.
Hook me up. Hit me.
Let's see. What does it say? This is from Tom, and Tom says, does The Dark Knight sales prove that poor material and not internet privacy has been responsible for poor box office sales? First of all, let me tell you.
What?
Let me just say this.
What's the question?
It says. I'm not going to read this shit again. Let me. It's
No. I mean, I don't understand what the question is.
It says, does The Dark Knight prove that poor material and not internet piracy has been responsible for poor box office sales? I don't think we really had that many poor box office sales, but an interesting note here is that one of the reasons why The Dark Knight is considered to be a success is because they had a tight rein on the piracy of that movie. They actually did a lot to make sure that nothing got out. No one got any kind of early copy of this movie. Nothing leaked at all. And a lot of that is considered to lend itself to the success of the box office success of that movie. So,
and the thing is it's targeting audiences. It's bringing in audiences that don't pirate. Your 35 plus audience that's just coming in and, seeing this movie going, I want to find out what this is all about. And the geek audience is like, so wants to see it. They want to see it big. It's an event movie. Does this prove? No, it doesn't prove shit. Because this movie breaks so many rules and conventions about so many things that have been believed. And the thing is it's going to cause a lot of people to believe new things that just aren't true. It is lightning in a bottle. It is its own special thing that you will never see again. The third Batman film probably won't do this kind of business.
No.
This is such a special point in time. What does this prove? It proves that, if you've got enough buzz on a movie with a really well-loved actor who dies just after making the film, that you can get incredible box office and that won't chase people off. That's what this movie proves. It proves that if you make a great film and enough buzz leads into it, that people will come and see it.
But you know something? That's the other thing. I keep saying, I don't want people to think that this is the only thing I keep saying about the movie, that Heath Ledger died. I mean, that did help. I don't care what anybody says. But also, they did make a great movie.
They made a great movie.
Yeah.
No, they made one of the best movies of the year. This one is not only going to be on almost every top 10 list at the end of the year, it's going to be in the top 5, top 3 of almost every top 10 list at the end of the year. Except those, random guys who just didn't like it.
Yeah, and I keep saying, let's see how the rest of the year plays out, because I'm not even saying this because I want to see The Dark Knight go down or anything like that. But I still think that you have a lot of critics who are hard pressed to actually put a superhero movie in their top 3, depending on what else plays
except
in
this
the
is
year.
a movie that kind of breaks that. I mean, and the thing
it
is,
could. I mean, and I hope it does.
I'm just saying, it is a movie so good, it's going to end up on the lists.
It will end up on lists. Definitely on top 10. Surely on a lot of top 5. Yeah, I'm just saying as far as like
and
top 3 and whatnot. I think there's certain people, but a lot of your critics are not going to do that though.
If it's not in most of the top 3s, then we are in for an incredible fall.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of stuff coming out this fall.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean,
who knows?
Well, I know. Who knows? It may not even be the best superhero movie of the year. I mean, I really doubt The Spirit is going to beat it, but who knows?
Well, The Spirit's not coming out. Well, The Spirit's coming out in December.
Yeah. But
Can I tell you something?
Tell me something.
And I don't want to say anything bad about this movie because I hope the best for anything. But after seeing a little bit of The Spirit, I'm not too into it, man.
We'll see.
I want it to do well. I will just say that at Comic-Con, they showed a clip, very cartoony, very empty looking. I don't think they showed their best stuff. I'm hoping that movie will be bad. Yeah, no, I look, Samuel Jackson, I always want him to do well. He's made some shitty movies, but
God, yeah. I mean, we talked about how much you and I are two of Sam Jackson's biggest fans of the planet.
Oh, I love him. Brother. Yeah.
Oh my God, is he great? But you know what? No, the thing is he's the Black Michael Caine. I mean, he will work in anything. He just likes to keep working. He will make The Man. And you know what? He would make The Man too. And you know what? You and I would fucking see The Man
but
too,
you know
just because Sam was in it, hoping for that moment of brilliance from Sam.
He's got such a fan base right now that he can bounce back from anything.
Yeah. No, because we'll see him in a bad movie and go, he's still fucking Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what? He's always going to be that bad motherfucker.
I'm going to end this with one more question here.
Okay, and then we got to end it because it's fucking hot in here.
Let me see. What does it say here? This comes from Alex, and Alex wants to know, what is your longest film festival that you've been in? And the reason why I answered this is because I thought about it, and I'll just simply put it this way. I'm not a big fan of these marathon film festivals because I just don't have the time to sit in a theater all day long. The last time I did that was probably 10, 12, maybe even 15 years ago, and I sat through a Star Wars screening. I watched all three movies.
So what kind of marathon have I done?
I guess what he asked you, what's the longest film series that you've watched? I guess that can be applied to what kind of marathon. I know you've done Button-Umathon, where that's 24 hours.
I do Button-Umathon. Well, it's targeted 24 hours. The longest year we got up to 27 hours. We got out of there at like almost 3 in the afternoon. I've done 27 hours straight in a theater. The longest series of films sitting, I did Trilogy Tuesday, which is about 12 hours. That was kind of neat because I was sitting next to Richard Garriott.
The one who makes the Ultimate Games?
Yeah, Lord
British.
Yeah, I ended up sitting next to Lord British.
Fucking around with fucking cape and shit.
Sitting next to him watching Trilogy Tuesday, watching all 3 Lord of the Rings movies back to back to back. The first 2 were the extended editions, and then the final one was the opening day of Return of the King. And that wasn't even the first time I saw Return of the King. It was such an awesome day. I mean, I did that. So, that was like 12, 13 hours, and that was exhausting.
See, really, I can't do that shit. I myself, I cannot sit in a chair. It's rough for me to sit down and watch a movie that's 3 hours long, and I can do it, but I just can't. I'm not a big fan of that. I can't do. I have so much stuff to do. Yeah. No, I'm a huge movie buff, but I'm working. I mean, I got stuff to do. I cannot do this whole thing of sitting around. Okay, well, that's your opinion, not mine. I'm not a dumbass sitting in the fucking theater all day long when I got a life outside of it to do things.
I got drinking and ass to get. I don't need to be
Shit,
watching
I got a fucking paycheck to get. I ain't got time to sit up here and watch movies.
That's why I do this for a living, my man. No. Also, I do Fantastic Fest every year, and Fantastic Fest is really that's the most exhausting part of the year. It's also my favorite week of the year. It's where it's 8 straight days, and movies start anywhere between noon and 2 o'clock and run till 2 in the morning. And
see, I think that if you have that kind of lifestyle where you can do that, I have nothing against that. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I would like to go and see movies, and if I did, if I had the time to afford to go see movies and do nothing else all day, I'd be fine. But my lifestyle doesn't do that, so I don't do film series that much. There's a lot of people that do, and you're right. We got stuff here, the South by Southwest Film Festival. We got Fantastic Fest, and
I'm really curious to see what happens with South by Southwest next year.
Why?
Because Matt Dentler left.
Oh, that's right.
Matt Dentler got a job up with John Sloss's company. And for those of you that don't know, Matt Dentler was a staple here on the scene for the longest time. Great guy.
Yeah, he was a program director for South by Southwest.
He worked himself up to be the head of the
and South by Southwest is a big film festival here in town. It's the biggest one we have.
And it's considered one of the top 5 festivals in the United States now, due in large part to Matt Dentler, because the South by Southwest Film Festival didn't have an identity, and he built up the identity. He said, look, nobody really focuses on documentaries and nobody focuses on genre. So, he created this film festival where you could bring horror films and the best documentaries in the country. This is, if it doesn't premiere at Sundance, it premieres at South by Southwest, and next year's going to be the first Dentler-less South by. And I'm really, it's going to be sad because Dentler's just such a great, awesome guy.
Yeah,
and,
actually, when I was going to New York one time, he was on a plane, the same plane with me. I didn't say anything to him. I mean, I just say hi to him out in public, but I guess he's working there now. And,
he works. He got a job up in New York.
Yeah,
and so it's he's apparently still working on Fantastic Fest, which is great because, dude, Fantastic Fest just rocks. And this year is going to be no exception. In fact, I was just talking to Cyrus and Jamie this week about us covering it. It's going to be if you live in Austin and you don't go to Fantastic Fest, you really need to look into it. It's 8 straight days of genre films and nothing but genre films, and it's fantasy, science fiction, horror, thrillers. We're going to have a bunch of huge premieres this year. It's the biggest year yet. In the past, we've premiered, small things like Persepolis and Pan's Labyrinth and Apocalypto.
Well, it's a fairly new festival, and they take, every year it keeps getting more popular and popular.
Bigger and bigger, and we get bigger and bigger things, and it's so much fun, and it's just 8 days of awesome.
Yeah, and I go to a few of the films because the marketing companies, they say, go see this movie. So I see about half of the films that show there.
No, you don't.
When I say half, I'm exaggerating. I tell you what, on average, I see about 5 or 6 movies that they've sent me to, and that's even.
And there's this year there should be probably 50 to 60 films.
Yeah,
playing.
see, I can't. There's no fucking way I can.
And I try every year. Last year was the first year I did not see all but one. Every year I see all but one film. Last year I saw all but 5 or 6 films.
Shit, it's
like I said, it's my busiest part of the year, but I love it so much because it's nonstop genre film from around the world. If you live in Austin and you love film and you love genre films, you need to go get yourself passes for Fantastic.
As a matter of fact, I don't even go to movies unless I have to now because it's just my time is interrupted by going. It was hard for me to go see The Dark Knight last night. I mean, it was pretty much me having to get out the house. And I said, you know what? I want to see Dark Knight one more time, and I have to get back home. And I was like, and then even when I left, I was like, fuck, man, I just spent more time in a theater. I can't believe this. In my time off, I spent some time in a theater. So, I mean, I hope one day to get into that mode where I get enough help and I get enough time off and I get a life back to where I can actually do that and look forward to going to see movies instead of right now where it's like today going to see Clone Wars. It was like, fuck, man, I could be sleeping right now.
Yeah, but that was Clone Wars.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, God, was that? Oh, wait, hold on, because I haven't said it. It was ass-tastic.
And see, I'm not going to say anything.
You know what? The reason I say that is I went and Brian Brushwood.
Yeah.
And Brian called me up this week and he wanted to do a web show. And invited me over to be a co-host on his web show, which did not go well. I mean, we were expecting it not to go well as a
Brian Brushwood is a magician friend of ours.
He's a professional magician.
Blows fire at his ass, all kind of stuff.
And he will be headlining at Universal Studios Florida this Halloween.
Yeah.
He'll be doing that for several months. And so he wanted to do a web show and wanted me to come out because he's like, I need a friend who feels comfortable on the mic and to be that wasn't me this week. And so we did that, and a bunch of the Spilios followed over and came, and that was so great to see them in the chat room. And several of the people just kept going, it's ass-tastic, and just trying to get me to say it. And so, you know what? We have a movie this week that is ass-tastic, and you guys are going to have your review up later this week. But I can honestly say I hated the shit out of this thing, and it was,
No, you saw it. I mean, go ahead and put it out there. What'd you think?
It's just as bad as the prequels. If you don't like the prequels, you're not going to like this. This is for the hardcore Star Wars fanboys.
Did you not like the third Star Wars movie?
I think it's the best of the series. I think it was good, but there are 4 moments that I hate, that I rolled my eyes at seeing these moments because they were throwbacks to the other films, and they were just so bad and didn't need to be there.
Yeah, I don't.
And they're the ones everyone has a problem with. It's like, no, Padme.
And the Wookiee scene.
And then, thank you, Duncan. And thank you, Chewbacca. Get it? Man. Chewbacca. And then, of course, my favorite scene where the robot comes out and goes, we have no medical explanation for it. She simply lost her will to live. Well, this is worse than that. Oh, my God, is this bad? And I hear you guys didn't, dislike it as much as I did. I
won't say that for all of it.
It was some old bullshit. It bored the piss out of me. I'm not going to watch the show on TV as a result, unless I find out that in episode 4 they kill the shit out of that 14-year-old tween girl that they've got on there, who's just the dumbest character and is in every goddamn scene. God, do I hate that girl. But yeah, no, this movie was total ass. So.
All right, I just want you to get that out there.
It's out there. I fucking hated that movie. God, I hated Clone Wars.
And we'll have ours out next week. I'll save mine for that. But man. All right.
I think it's been it's fucking long and it's hot as shit in here.
It's almost a 2-hour episode, man.
Oh my God. Okay, I've got to leave. I got to work. All right. Good night, everybody.
All right. See you.